So it's been just a little bit over 70 years since Albert Einstein passed away, and I did a little, case study on him. And I gotta say, he was quite the interesting man. Now, who most of us know is a guy who's one of the greatest scientific minds of all time. A guy who's literally related with the word smart. If we say, hey, that guy's an Einstein, that essentially means he's smart. Man, you're like Albert Einstein level smart. That means you're a genius. Him and intelligent are basically synonyms at this point. But what you don't know is how he started. The life of Albert Einstein was quite interesting. He actually started off as a slow learner. Teachers described him as a lazy dog student. He'd spend a good chunk of his life looking for a job. But what many didn't know is that they had the greatest scientific mind ever right in their midst. A man who would go on to discover things like the theory of relativity. Well, they're kind of separated into two interrelated theories. But it was basically a theory that explains how speed affects space, time, and mass. And it can apply to situations without gravity like astronomical distances, high speeds, large energies. Yeah, it's a lot of sciencey stuff. In other words, the guy was very smart. But his brain was actually wired quite differently than a normal brain. On the outside, the brains definitely look different. But if you want a more scientific explanation, here it is. Albert Einstein had an unusually large prefrontal cortex and expanded parietal lobes, which means he likely had increased cognitive abilities, and he might have had better communication between the different regions of his brain. And if you want more information, it's all right here. Feel free to pause and read. Dude was literally built different. But yeah, that's your little case study on Albert Einstein. Who knows, maybe you're smarter than you really think. But you guys let me know your assessment on this. I'm very interested to hear the comments on this video.